Hello there everybody and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. We are back on Ananas. Things are getting a little bit crazy over here. Hopefully no stuttering in this video. I don't know what that's about. It's some kind of weird software error. But it is resolved. Now, I actually have a bit of a confession. I lost a bit of footage. So things have moved forward very slightly, but I'll walk you through what we did. We are making Casimir crystals over here. That's perfect. That's nice. The other footage was just unusable with the amount of stuttering. We got a big bottleneck here in the form of hydrogen. Graphene was also a huge bottleneck, so I slapped down another couple of plants over here. It's just the throughput of these ships just isn't high enough right now. We need to get more speed before we can really realistically use this as a meaningful thing. So then we need to get into science, which is the point of today anyway. So I slapped down a copper build, but it is not capable of keeping up. There's just not enough copper on this planet, and I don't want to import any because it's going to mess up my systems. So we just have this little bit going here. I might even pull that up. And this is just making us a ton of graphene, which is really, really useful. Well, over here, we are burning the deuterium fuel rods. That was actually very simple to set up. I'll explain what's going on those long ones in a second. We also put down some more gears. We put down these guys, the logistic vessels. We also put down the logistics drones. I wasn't too worried about this being out of the video because we've done it all before, right? Here is the plant that makes the deuterium fuel rod. You really haven't missed much. They're all just 3-in-1-out builds that, I stamped down and then programmed. Like, there was no real changes. You'll see we've got graviton lenses. I think, is that what they're called? Gravity lenses? Graviton lenses? Graviton lenses, yeah. They are currently being built, but there's not, actually being constructed because we need to make strange matter. I thought that was made in these machines last episode. I was wrong. It is made in particle colliders. So we need to get some of those and make a little build for those. Good thing we haven't done that yet. Yeah, we made titanium crystals. We made some solar sails. We made some more. We now have a huge production for hydrogen fuel rods as well. I'm going to continue to use those for my fuel source for a while. I want to save the deuterium fuel to keep this place running. Because unfortunately, the energy transfer system we were here has completely stalled out. And I'm not entirely sure why. There are so many of these just that have been sent out but aren't being brought in. I'm really not sure what the issue is. I think it is genuinely just the time, because these machines are both sending them out and bringing them in, plus also working on titanium alloy and magnets. I think there just aren't enough ships flying back and forth. And so that isn't an ideal system, so instead we're burning the deuterium fuel, which is very, very expensive. It's, I mean, you can look at that. It's the titanium alloy, deuterium, and a hypermagnetic ring. We're burning like, I don't know, 50 iron per unit just to produce a little bit of power. It's a lot of power. It's 50 megawatts. But here are our particle colliders. I don't need 3. I'm probably just going to stack. You know what? That can probably just stack to 1. Like, we're not going to use that many of these. Here are the deuterium, what are these things called? Fusion power plants. I'll hold on to them for now, but I mean, yeah, we'll see how much they get done. And then I'm also making various towers. What are you stalled out? Yeah, we stalled out on particle containers. The weird one here is actually copper. Of all the things to run out of, it's copper. And it's because so many of these basic builds just require so much copper, You need copper to make the electric circuits. You need those electric circuits and microcrystalline components to make CPU cores. You need a lot of CPU cores. The microcrystalline components take copper. The magnetic coils take copper. Everything takes copper. And I just don't have enough in the solar system, really, to keep up with the production demand. But that's not really a problem for right now. We'll get to that in a second. We're going to do 2 things today. Initially, we're going to build out strange matter. Oh, and let me show you, the last build here. We're going to build out the strange matter build with the particle accelerators, and then we're going to science on it. I'm making some titanium glass here. I figured, why not? Just a simple 3-in-1-out. We had to double up the build because it's quite slow. 5 seconds to make 1, and then the same thing here for these frame materials. We had to double up the build because it's very slow. It takes 6 seconds to make 1, and yeah, we're just stacking those up over here. Done. And you'll see I've queued up the warp cores as well. I did a whole explanation of this. I'm sorry it's not available to you right now. Basically, what's going to happen is we're going to produce warp cores on this planet and then store them here. These will be sent to the world at large. This should actually, yeah, local. These will be sent to the world at large. The universe at large, rather, and we are also going to then run them on belts into these other machines. That's what this little space over here is for. It's just so that every single tower has a couple warpers available to them that they can then put into the logistics vessels. I'm also actually going locally. Okay. Just that tower. Every other tower has been set up. They store 200. That means they have 200 trips. Pretty useful. I think they take 1 per trip. It might be 2 per trip. 1 to get there, 1 to get back. I'm not sure. It might be 100 trips, but it's a lot of trips. A lot of trips either way. Each tower is set up correctly. I haven't done the north yet. I'll get to that once we actually produce the things. But yeah, and that's why this one is now set up to supply. It's so that these meant to them. Basic idea. All right, and now of course, if we want them to use the warpers closer into the system, which will go, we can change the distance to warp. We can say that if it's more than 2 astronomical units, they can warp, which means they'll warp between the planets. It's just very expensive. That's the only thing. But I might genuinely set that up just to. But that's a little bit ahead of ourselves. Meaning we can't even make the dang yet because we haven't got any strange matter. So I guess let's make some strange matter. Let me go find a nice equatorial segment I can work on. And yeah, we are producing a lot of power with the, as you can see, but we're still just barely keeping up. I mean, they produce 15 megawatts each. It's a very slow burn. It is using up a lot of resources. That's something to be aware. That is not renewable power in the slightest. Anyway, let's go ahead and slap down one on these. Put that over there. Yeah, you're going to make me this. You're going to make me this. You are going to probably do Dyson sphere components. Now, what am I talking about? We're going to be doing strange matter. Stuff right over here. This is one of the very few things you do with the particle collider. You can also use it to make deuterium. It's a much more efficient way of making deuterium. 10 deuterium gives you, 10 hydrogen gives you 5 deuterium, 2.5 seconds. It's just like a guaranteed return, rather than 100 hydrogen every now and then giving you 1 deuterium. That's sort of what that one. It's actually 1.5. Whatever. We're gonna put down. Where is it? I've lost it now. There we go. Strange matter. So we're gonna have to bring in deuterium, huge quantities. We're gonna have to bring in particle containers, which we don't have, and iron. Simple old iron. Particle. There you are. That looks good. I think we'll do like 2,000, 2,000, 5,000. That's completely fine. You know what? Just start bringing them in. Start bringing them in right now. This is where this thing is going to go. So these machines are large and they are insanely power hungry. Like it's a bit mad. I think they need to nerf them slightly, but they consume 12 megawatts each, which means one of these power plants is basically needed to run one of these things. So we're gonna do this on a fairly small build for now. We'll do 10 because I don't see how else we're going to be able to run this for any meaningful amount of time. Put that over there. Do 10 of these. Oh my god, dude, my power grid is going to collapse. In fact, I'm going to stamp down another one of these deuterium plants real quick. I've just been copying them like this. This is going to get used right now. Put that right over there. Not too close to the thing. That's fine. But it's put it like that then. Come over one. There we go. Alright, lovely. And that's just gonna, that's gonna bring in a bit more power because we're gonna need a lot more to run this thing at all. But while the drones build that, we can continue to design this. Okay, so you're gonna bring out the deuterium. That has to be right on edge here. This one's gonna be deuterium as well. This is basically just a 3-in-1 out with the particle colliders. There's nothing too fancy about it. We've done this so many times before. It's just a bit larger now, that's all. Okay, that's going to come to there. And then we're going to do number 3. Particle containers. Then we're going to hop over. And we're going to do it all again. Oh, and I'm actually out of energy. Let's take this opportunity to try these out as a fuel source, shall we? So they are 6 times-ish better than anything else we've been able to make so far. So we should now be able to keep up with power consumption, yet just barely. It looks like as long as not all the drones are out, we're actually positive on power, just very briefly. Damn. Yeah, you can see that we are, with all the drones out, we're sort of like about 1.5 megawatts under production, but that's actually not that bad. That's manageable. All right, cool. So this should all come out now. Lovely. Let's slap down one of these. Now the particle containers are the real bottleneck here. I'm actually not sure what's holding them up this time. They seem to be constantly out. We just never have enough of the damn things. You are going to be set up to do Strange matter. You are going to do strange matter as well. Just be grateful there aren't more recipes that require these because they suck. They are so power intensive. It's a nightmare. Oh, and we need a return line. My bad. Grab that from right over there. Bring that straight in. You need to go here. Actually, no. We'll do it the way we normally do it, which is come in, come out. Yep. And you can go in and in. Thank you. You will come output. You will have output. Alright, nice. And then we can just stank this down. Not stank, stamp. Stamp this down. It is a little stanky, I guess. Copy that one. And go. Alright, and then we just need to power this. This is going to hurt the grid. Oh god, this is going to hurt the grid. Where can I put the... Oh my god, have I not left enough space? Can I fit it on the outside edge? If I put them there, will it reach those inside inserters? Hold on, let's see. Yes, yes it will. Okay, excellent. Okay, this thing's a little wider than it probably needs. If I'd spaced them a bit better, it wouldn't be a problem. But this works, and so we won't complain. Oh, my drones are all the way down there. Okay, this is going to tank the grid now. As soon as these all turn on, I imagine. Oh, wait, no, we haven't got any particle containers. Okay, so nothing's actually happened yet, which is, I suppose, for the best. Let's go make sure that the grid is actually ready to receive, because this is going to hurt. Got to get all of this set up first. But yeah, it's been, it was a very productive sort of 2 hours of recording before this that are completely unusable. But I mean, really all we did was just finish off the remainder of the intermediary products. It was like a duplicate of episode 11. So I think it's actually fine that we don't actually have it, because now we can just go straight into making the science this episode. And of course, strange matter. How strange, how strange. What the hell is your problem, particle container? Let's go find out. We have graphene. What else do you need? Where are you being made, sir? Do we just need another machine doing it? I doubt that's the case. Where is it being made? Remind me? Over here. Copper! Of course it's copper. It would be copper, wouldn't it? Okay, so we just don't have enough copper. The easiest solution to that right now would honestly just be turn off some of this other production. But I don't really want to do that either. We should start backing up soon. Yeah, I mean, like, this is about to back up completely, which is great. That has backed up completely, which means that electromagnetic turbines will slowly start to back up. Microcrystalline component is never going to back up, I don't think, because, yeah, these are never going to back up. We just use so many processes for, like, anything and everything you can imagine. Yeah, I think we're just waiting for it to back up's not going to count. I think we're just kind of stuck for copper, which is rather frustrating, because if we got the strange matter going, right, it would it would actually give us the copper. It would increase the throughput, which would mean that we have the copper we need. We're also running a little low on carbon nanotubes, and that is just a production problem. Okay, so we just need to make more of these, is what you're telling me. I'm going to copy this one, because it's got the... Wait, hold on, we can't go any higher, can we? Because then it doesn't place these down. I hate these things. Yep. Who'd have thunked it, huh? Alright, I can put them here, though. Right, they'll work here. Yep. And then you can go there, and there. And you go pick up some more chemical plants, and then we'll go build that. And then I will come back, and we will do science. And I'll work out how we're going to fix the copper in a bit. Maybe we just have to send some from Ananas as well. From Alpha, sorry. Maybe we just have to send some from Alpha. A big sink for all of our particle containers was actually this line right over here. It is just, it consumes a lot of them because it's so close. And you know what, that's fine. Like, it is backed up completely now for the most part, as far as I understand. Yeah, I mean, there's like one more being made there. You know, this will make another 10 or so. It's okay. It's okay. We have a lot of towers available to us now. I think there's 200 there, 100 there, or 140 for some reason. As well as another 200 of these interstellar logistics stations. We're just waiting for the machines to back up. And then that's actually a good problem to have. I don't mind that all of my particle containers are tied up in towers, because towers are something we need hundreds of. So it's really cool to have that there. Speaking of towers, I added onto them all, like I briefly showed earlier. We make the towers, they make the interstellar towers. The interstellar towers are then made into these orbital collectors. These things over here. These are really cool. We'll go stick some down on the gas giant next time we fly back. We're currently held up by the fact that we cannot, we cannot make any more towers. Guess why? Because we don't have enough particle containers. Hold on, I just realized I'm an idiot. I don't need to make this. I got that. Yeah. Yeah, wait a minute. I'm a big goofball. I just need to move this over there. Hold on. Give me a... Hold on, let's just quickly fix this. I can fix this right now. Alright, now, cool. Now we have all the different types of towers available to us on the various networks. That's pretty sweet. Hey, that's pretty good. You can take all that. Take whatever you can take. Take whatever you can take. I guess we'll just put titanium over here. Take whatever you can take. Perfect. And then where do we put the high energy coils? You guys. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I don't need to give them 20 of my interstellar stations though. That's a bit much. Okay, cool. So we still got plenty of those. My regular towers have been given to someone. Can I get those back, please? Thank you. I'll take those. I'll be having that. Take those ones as well. Yeah, you can have that one. How about that? Kind of crazy that towers are so common now that they're basically just a commodity. That's a pretty cool place to be honest. But yeah, okay, cool. So that's going to make that. We now have orbital collectors being produced. That's awesome. Do we have them being produced? Yes, we do. Oh, we don't have an output line. We don't have an output line. I'm a silly man. We'll just do it like this, I guess. Go back in. And you go back in. And we'll just we'll stick those on there. Graceful and functional. Cool. Alright, well, I'm going to grab those because they stack with the ones we've got. And we'll see. We'll see. So basically what that means is we can then suck up the atmosphere of the ice giants in our solar system. This one over here. Good old... Was it Weber? I believe Weber is the name of our ice giant. Yes, it is. It's Weber. You can only build them on the equator, but it does let you get then hydrogen and fire ice in quite large quantities. Not that we need that much. We have 8 million over here, but that is infinite. Like, that is actually infinite. I know I said the oil was infinite. I was wrong. That number is actually genuinely an infinite number. Oh, we are burning through stone, man. That's just making all that glass, I think. And we're actually eating up quite a bit of fire ice as well. Not much in the way of titanium. I guess we got so much on the other planet, it'll eat through that first, right? Alright, anyway, I'm going to start snapping down science. We're kind of just waiting for particle containers to come around so that we can, make our strange matter. I can't speed it up any more than I already have without flying back to the other planets and working out a quick fix. I don't think it's just a matter of stamping down more refineries, or smelters rather. I think the issue is actually that we don't have enough of anything to produce it. We don't have enough copper ore. Also, let's go ahead and set this up. This is going to be brain matter. And we'll just copy and paste that. And save it. We have the blueprint now if we want another one. I don't think we can possibly hope to run another one. But, if it ever comes to it, we've got the option. Yeah, these plants, they turn themselves off, which is really nice when they're not needed. Really, really nice. Okay, this frame material over here, which has now got a nice backlog built up. That's fantastic. This stuff is used to make actual Dyson spheres. In order to make Dyson spheres, we need to make Dyson sphere components. We don't have enough of those CPU cores yet to do this anyway, so I'm not going to bother with that right now. Instead, we're going to switch over and we're going to do all of the science we can. Planet. I'm thinking we find a nice little empty spot for it. I'm thinking right over there. That's looking pretty good. And we're going to stamp down just a stupid amount of the stuff. I have set up the science on alpha to export now to this planet, so that'll be good. Be able to get it back that way. And continue using it. Alright, so, as you know, all of these builds begin with a tower. And at this point, you've seen what we can do. So, we want to have a quick test here. It takes 3 seconds to make one science, right? One blue science. Which means that for our ratios... where's my production tab? What is science under? Research? Research, there we go. We need 3 seconds. We also are going to want to proliferate this stuff, of course. 3 seconds to make one science. So 3 labs, that's 1 science per second. I think we want to do 36 per second. So that's 3. That's 4. Let's make this, that's 8 then. Can we go 3 more? 2, 3, we can. That is 12. Okay, over there. That is 12 science per second on one side. Go ahead and stamp down one of these. Is that the highest I can build it, out of interest? No, I can actually go, I can go into orbit. All right, well then that makes that 16, right? So we're getting closer. We're now gonna, if we do all of these, we'll be at 32. So we just need one more rack. Okay. Ah, but I'm an idiot. I always forget this. We need to just collapse these. Oh god, I love doing this. It's so cool. Tuck them down. There we go. Because we need to do the proliferators first. So we know what's going on. Okay, we're going to be bringing out... What are we bringing out? We're bringing out electric circuits. We're sending back blue science. And over here on the side, we'll bring out whatever the next thing is. I can't remember. Magnetic coils, I think. Oh, great. Straining an already almost dead industry. What could go wrong? Put down my proliferators. We'll stick them over there so there's enough space. Grande, grande. And then, hold on, how much room do I need here on the sides? Gotta go out one more. Come down to there. Gotta go out 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Just put this here, put this here, and this is going to be our like sort of late game science build. Alright, now we can run that down the length. I don't know how long this actually needs to be. We'll trim it in a second. Let's get this set up so long. You are going to make blue science. You are going to import circuit boards and import magnetic coils en masse. Thank you very much. We're going to give you some power. Very good. And let's give some power here as well. Excuse me. Please place when I click. There's this weird thing where if the game stutters the second you click, it just doesn't place. I suppose it's not that weird. I know exactly what the issue is. It's just annoying. It's an annoying thing. It's what it is. Why are you over there? You? Yeah, that's more like it. And then you can actually bring in proliferator as well. Let's bring in, I don't know, 500 on it. We are not producing enough proliferator on any planet right now to actually keep up with the amount we're trying to consume. So that's going to be another major upgrade we're going to have to do back at Bow 82. I don't want to make that here because that's going to require all sorts of smeltering layers, which I'm just not willing to mess with. I think the big issue is actually that we just run out of diamonds to make the smelting, because I noticed the diamonds aren't arriving here anymore either. We need to improve our diamond smelting. Anyway, I'm doing like 9 things at once. Let's do 1. Yeah, you're going to go here. You're going to go here. And then so we're going to do 6 sets of full stacks. That's the way we're going to do it. Thank you for the autosave. Take that out. You're going to put this in, put this in, put this in. And honestly, this will work for red science as well. But let's do this for blues. And build you to the top. There we go. So, that, if I count correctly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? Sure. Why not? Grab that one. Stack him up. All the way to the top. I suppose we can actually count how many we come out. So we had 61 right now. Hold on. What the hell's going on over here? No. Go. Out. Output. Output. Thank you. Then we grab you. And we go to 61, 60. What are we at? 48, 12. So that is 13. It's 13 stack. Interesting. Really random number. But okay, we're going to build that as tall as it'll go. We'll do 3 sets, and we're definitely going to have to upgrade the central line to be able to support that. There's no chance in hell it'll be able to, but that's as big as this needs to be now. Because we can stack so tall, we don't have to stack wide. I really like that. And then give me some power in between each. Put that over there. Put that over there. Alright, so we're definitely going to have to upgrade this, this, this. All of these are going to have to be at super belt speeds. Be able to keep up. Alright, very cool. And are you actually able to receive... Yeah, there we go. It's all now producing. We are now producing everything. Wonder how much this consumes. Probably quite a bit of power, I would imagine. There you go. You can take all of these surplus supplies. What am I doing? No. Surplus supplies. There we go. And it looks like the output is actually able to keep up. I think... No, we're not. We're going to have a second one per... Yep. Yep. Okay, that's interesting. We're actually not going to be able to double these up. And be able to get the full outputs from it. Alright, so what we're going to do then is we're going to cut off supply here and here. Here and here. We're going to have to let this starve. And then I'm going to have to rework this slightly, because this actually isn't able to output as fast as it produces. That's a really cool problem to have. Yeah, we need to be able to have 2 of these per. So I think they all need to be on one side in one straight line. I think that's just the solution here. Oh, on the upside, it does mean we can save on a few belts, because we don't need to run them over there. Instead, we got to run them a little bit longer, just like this. Alternatively, we have 2 output lanes. That's also a way we could do it. But I'm interested to see if this can keep up. This is all experimental. I don't know how any of this is going to go. Just for context. Alright, let's also turn this all back on. This can now run. Having these blue belts just available to us is so helpful. Alright, so let's get you going. Then we had 3... no. Need a space. We need a space for the power poles. Right there. Build you tall. Build you there. And let's see if this can actually handle the sheer volume we're trying to put through it. Put that there, put that there, put that there. These things go to damn space, man. It's a little stupid. Like you can I can't zoom out enough. But you can see the... If I can fly up, there you go. You can see the way they fork. It's very funny. Okay, so our input belts are actually keeping up. That's very cool. Nice. Nice. Okay, put that in there just so it gets used. Alright, are you able to keep up? Yeah, it looks like you will be. It looks like you might. Maybe you might be is probably the right word. Alright, very nice. Very nice. And this is all being consumed. Yeah, and it doesn't look like anybody's stuttering. Are we having any at the top here that aren't being drained? No. You. No. You. No. You. Okay, random sample says we're fine. And we're pretty much saturating a belt. So that looks like that's the build. Because we want to copy this. Because the other sciences are also just 2 things. So we're going to stamp a couple of these down. Put one there. Going to put another one there. Another one there. The most important thing, of course, is going to be to change over the demands in here, so we don't accidentally order up a ton of you guys. Nope. Stop bringing them in. Stop bringing this in. Actually, you know what? Bring this in. Proliferate yourselves. You're going to be using so much of the damn stuff. Proliferate yourselves. Stop requesting. Oh, I got to be faster than that. And we'll have to set up the outputs again, of course, but that's completely fine. And stop requesting. Alright, nice. That won't be blue. This one won't be blue. And we are already at 5,000. Wow. Wow. Okay, and then by just changing over this one to red, the whole thing will become red, the entire column. Alright, I'm going to have to go grab some more... I'm going to have to go grab some more science labs. We don't have nearly enough, clearly. I don't also have enough belts. Alright, good thing we make all of that right here at home. Alright, nice. I can also clean up this little belt. That just gives us 2... No, don't delete that, please. Just do the belt. This is always tricky. Just do the little belt in there. We don't need that. Okay, great. Let's go and grab some more goodies. Oh, man, I'm stuck inside the damn towers. And then we can get that going, and that'll be super science, super sorted. Land! Thank you. Oh, we didn't power this tower either. That's a big oops. Alright, give me my belts. Probably going to need a couple hundred more of those. At some point anyway. How are we actually doing for... we're a little low. We're a little low. A little low on the goods. Probably need a couple more of these as well. Put those back. What else am I missing here? Labs. That's the big one. 100 labs. I don't know if that's going to be enough labs. I don't think that's going to be enough labs. And I ain't talking about Labradors, let me tell you. Yeah, no, we're going to need 212. So it's going to take a little while for our mall to catch up with our demands of it. But that's okay. Worth doing. While we wait, we can switch these over to reds. This will be switched to red. This will be switched to red as well. It's just that easy. But yeah, you can see red, yellow, blue, purple. They all take just 2 inputs, which is really nice. So you can use the same template for each. Alright, and we're going to want to delete that and run it again just to clear the filter. I think it should change over once it comes in, but it's okay. You're going to be this. Okay, then you take hydrogen and energetic graphite. Demand it en masse, sir. Thank you. Demand that as well. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Okay, you are going to make me yellows. And yellows require diamonds. That's going to be a big throttle. We have a lot of titanium crystals at least. Where are my diamonds? Where are my diamonds? Must have the diamonds. Okay, I think these are actually just sitting in a tower somewhere. But yeah, I don't think we're producing enough diamonds, I'll be honest with you. Alright, we now need to set up the outputs on all of these. So I'm going to go around and do all that sort of boring stuff. And I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, and finally we're going to be setting up our purples over here. Red and yellow are actually already producing, which is awesome. Red is really stalling out because we don't have enough hydrogen. Turns out that Ice Giant might actually be the solution to that problem. Or maybe we just need to stop burning hydrogen over on Bowie 2. That might also be a solution. Okay, you're going to be switched over to this. This requires CPU cores. Well, that's going to hurt. Ouch. And it requires particle broadband. That's also going to hurt. Ouch. Oh, looks like we have a bit of a backup going, though. Hey, that's nice to see. That's very nice to see. Nice. Okay, cool. Also, our proliferator seems to have made it all the way to the end. That's awesome. I suppose I should actually run it the other way so that the science is proliferated before everything else. But, you know, we can also just proliferate the science on the receiving side. Not the end of the world. Okay, what do we still need? Another 111 science labs. Okay, let's go, where's them all? Go see how many more it's cooked up for us in the meantime. Oh, it's like, oh, we're like right here. Why am I flying all the long way around? Like a fool. Right over there. Another 90. Okay, you keep cooking. We're going to need even more of these to do the actual consumption of science afterwards. Alright, let us set free the particle broadband and the CPU cores. Let them flow. Fantastic. Purples are being made. We're probably going to get a milestone for cooking these up now. And that means we can finally start upgrading some of our tech. Oh, it's been a minute. It's been like a 5-episode hiatus, but there we go. It only took 32 hours to produce information matrices. They should not take that long. I think I did this planet diversification project a little too soon. But you know what? It looks kind of cool, though, doesn't it? Like, it's kind of very, very cool. Alright, 28, that'll finish off this plant, but it doesn't give us what we need to do the actual consumption of all the science. That's going to be a process unto itself. Alright, but we are now actually producing all of our science labs, or rather, all of our science labs are now linked up to something. Yeah, it looks like hydrogen's going to be the big weight. That sucks. Alright, this thing's already maxed itself out, and yeah, it looks like magnetic coils are also hurting for production. No surprises there. A lot of this just comes down to the fact that we don't have enough copper. And not having enough copper is not a problem I can solve easily. but we are working on it. We do still have like a bajillion science over on Alpha, which will be exported here. So there's like another 15,000 just in storage, and probably another 85,000 available just to be distributed. So I'm not too worried about it. I think we'll be okay. But it is good to just be aware of the fact that, yeah, sometimes you need a bit of you need a bit more science than you're actually able to produce. This one's gonna hurt. The processes. But it is what it is, I guess. Can you take, can someone, I've seen I've got a bunch of trash on my damn pockets here. Okay, cleared up. Alright, the labs, let's go make sure there's enough labs. I want probably 50-ish. If it's 13 per stack, I probably want 4 stacks of 13 again. Which would be 52. I need 52 of them. How many do I have? I have, none? 37. Okay, no. We need a few more. We need a few more. There's 42. Alright, well, what we can do is go ahead and start planning out where the science is going to be. Also, we can put down one more science, which is going to be the green boys. These ones over... Can I actually research the green boys yet? Quantum chip? No. Gravity matrix. I cannot. I'm not allowed. And what do we need to do that? We need to have quantum chip, which requires purples, Okay, okay, I see. Because I do actually want to put down one more of these. Right over here, which is going to make our green science, which will be the last science we make in these labs. After that, it gets over to space science, which is like a whole different... That's a whole different story. Okay, but there is our rather impressive site, isn't it? Look at that. Damn, we have a whole lot of science being made up. This last rack here will be used to make green science. It only has one input, thankfully, so we could move the back row. Let's just save on some blue belts. I'm a fan of saving on blue belts. Now we're going to put down the actual science itself. The poles on this planet are tragically occupied, so we're going to have to just do it some kind of peasant right over here. This is going to be our big boy requester. We're going to be bringing in everything we can, locally and otherwise. All science will come to here. There we go. Demand it. Demand it. Demand it, I say. There we go. And I would actually like to use the... I would say not the international, the interstellar. The interstellar science first, but it isn't really a way to preference it like that, unfortunately. And we're going to have to leave a slot here for warpers. As nice as that would be for having... well, green science. No, it's not going to work like that. It's going to be a local demand, remote storage. When we have them, we're going to want to bring them in. Send these ships off. Now, they should be able to keep up with the local. I think there's like a... I think all the... Why aren't they leaving? Oh, wait. Oh, because you're not plugged in. That might affect it. There we go. We should see them depart now as the charging progresses. Come on. Don't prove me wrong. Depart, damn you. There we go. Alright, cool. They're going to go off and collect all sorts of things for us. Excellent, because there's a ton of red, yellow, and purple science just kind of chilling over at the other planet on Alpha. And we can use it there. I also have a ton of CPU cores on Alpha. I might actually import some particle broadband over there just to make it into purple science and send it back here. But anyway, because I can't make it so that the CPU cores come here, because it's a whole thing, because like then they would just kind of go in an infinite loop between the two poles. Planets can either only receive or export things. They can't do both. Anyway, that's not important. What is important is science labs. A lot of science labs. Okay, we're going to want to run probably 2 on either side, right? Yeah, I'm thinking that's good. So let's put down one of these here. We're then going to want to proliferate everything, as is our want at this point. You're going to be blues. Run down to over there. You're going to be reds. You're going to run down to over there. Oh, I love the way that looks. You're going to be yellows. You're going to run down to over there. You're going to be purples. You're going to run down to over there. We will add greens as a, like, sort of another line coming the other way at some point. Alright, excellent. That looks like it's working. Then we're going to put down an inserter, and the ones on the edge here are going to get doubles. Just so that they have the same input speed. And you will be set to research mode. Stack you tall. And we're going to come over one and do the same thing all over again. We're going to want to set up proliferation on these lines as well. Going to be important. Now, of course, science is one of those ones which you kind of really, really do want to be proliferated before it's being used, but we don't really have a choice right now because we don't have enough proliferator. And it takes me like 6 years to fly back to the damn planet, okay? So we're not going to go back just yet. Go back in a second, right? When we got on the road trip, everybody said they didn't need a pee, and now suddenly you all need a pee, and I'm getting a little bit annoyed with you. We're going to move this into here. We're going to move that to there. Want to make sure we're using every little bit and piece of this line. Stamp that again. Like that. There we go. And go tall. Alright, these things are probably completely full now. They are. We have like a bajillion of this stuff coming in. That's awesome. It's not just from these towers. It's also coming in from the from Alpha, from our original home planet. The only thing that's not coming in from there, of course, will be the purple science. That's going to be our big bottleneck through CPU cores. And I really do think I'm going to export some particle broadband there and then make some science and import it back. Because we have a whole CPU factory there, right, which we could use. I suppose we could also just sort of manually transport some CPU cores over here. That could also work. Anyway, enough talking. Let's go ahead and get ourselves plane filters. These are pretty useful because we want to get down to the green chips. We're then going to want to be able to make quantum chips. These are made with CPU cores and plane filters. You cue that. The photon mining technology is incredible. This is just like a quality of life thing that lets you mine entire patches of ore without having to do any real kind of like, you know, finagling all the bits and pieces. We could get better smelters. I'm not too worried about that. We'll just go with scale. And then, yeah, get me gravity matrix. That's the next big one. Microscopic quantum entanglement. Yeah, this is just a better chemical plant. We don't need that right now. Planetary ionosphere utilization. Ah, yes, this lets us use those little green lenses to improve our power, but that's not what we want. This is what we want. We want the carrier rockets, the vertical launching silo, and the Dyson sphere stress systems. Okay, we're going to enqueue one of these. 1,600 of that research is quite substantial. This also lets us to see. This also lets us see interstellar information, but we don't have time. We don't have the ability to do that right now. Okay, I'm going to go and start building out some more 3-in, 1-out assembler setups because we're going to have to start making all of these various components, or at least we want them, you know, stamped out and then eventually able to be made. This looks like a good spot. I think I'll leave that for power generation. Stick it up here by these chemical plants. How does that sound? Alright, so we're going to start with this one, Dyson sphere components. We need to make a whole bunch of those, so let's make a whole bunch of those. Tower assembling. Thank you. Wave function interference has been made. Give me the 3-in, 1-out tower. Thank you. We have the plane chip, or whatever it's called now. I have a feeling this is going to need to get expanded. I don't think it's going to be long enough as it is. So let me go to there. No, too close. Let me go to there. Too close. Let me go to there. Just right. Nice, and that's the big one. We have gravity matrices unlocked. Okay, cool. So we can go set up our green science. Plus, we can now make warp cores. This is really, really useful. So there's two ways to do this, right? Either we can turn one graviton lens, this guy, into one warp core, or we can turn one green science into 8 warp cores. And one green science is just made with one graviton lens and a quantum computer chip. The quantum chip over here is made with a bunch of other stuff. So basically what this is asking you is, do you want to turn a bunch of coal and some iron and copper and then deuterium and things into a warper, or do you want to turn a bunch of iron, copper, and silicon, as well as some titanium glass, I think, right, and some calcium crystals? This recipe is actually a bit more expensive, but it is much simpler. So we're probably going to go with turning greens into warpers, and then turning warpers, and then turning greens into science as well. Green lenses, graviton lenses into green sciences into warpers. I'm not actually sure which one works out quote-unquote cheaper resource-wise, but it's probably the green science, just because you get so many more of them. Intuitively, right? It appears that way. But my intuition is almost always wrong when it comes to factory games. So who knows? Who knows? We'll never know. Okay, you're going to be making me Dyson sphere components. We're going to want a lot of these, so I want this backed up. Awesome. And that's simply made with the two of the things we have plenty of, and one of them we have absolutely nothing of, which is these. We have lots of frame material, we have lots of solar sails, we have absolutely bugger all CPU cores. So that's going to hurt, mostly because we're turning all of it into science. Yep, ain't nothing coming in there. Oh well, you're going to now turn into these, and I have a lot of copy pasting to do. Okay, next up we want to make the plane filters, which is made with casimir crystals and titanium glass. We have both of those things being made in fairly large quantities. So, what's the production ratio on that? 12 seconds to make one? Holy shit. Okay, so one of these, where is it? Tower assembling, 3 in 1 out tower, this one. One of these is going to make 2 per second. That's not much. That's not much at all. Let's make 2 of these, right? These are both going to make plane filters. And then I think we're going to do what I did before, which is to copy right over here. And we're going to stamp this down just in line right over there. And then we just got to connect the belts. So that's 2 per second, that's 4 per second. That's 6 per second each. So we're making 12 per second total. Yikes. I think at some point what we're going to have to do about these CPU cores, because there just aren't enough, is basically exactly what we did for the electric motors. We're going to have to work out what uses them and make one build per thing. So we're going to need like one for quantum chips. We're going to need one for information matrix. We're going to need one probably for the 2 different logistics drones. We're going to need one for Dyson Sphere components. We're going to just need to build like 6 or 7 of these processor builds just so that we'd stop running out, right? And that, of course, means that we are also going to have to build all the prerequisites, meaning the circuit boards and the microcrystalline components at that scale as well, which means we're going to need more copper than the universe contains, at least our universe contains, which means we're probably going to have to go to a different one. Go figure. Okay, we are making plane filters in pretty huge quantities now. Let's go ahead and request up the prerequisites. What are these casimir crystals made from again? Nothing actually all that valuable. Titanium crystal, I mean, yeah, none of that's actually like critical. So this is okay if it gets used up. I'm not sweating that too much. I just feel like I think that the hydrogen's probably our biggest bottleneck there. All right, then you are going to make me these things, the next ones, the quantum chips. Also, I don't know why I thought green science was only a 1-input thing. It's clearly not. It's clearly a 2-input thing. It is the graviton lenses and quantum chips combined. Okay, you're going to make quantum chip. Good. Which requires you to collect plane filter. Good. And also CPU core. So we're never going to see that, basically, is what you're telling me. We're just there. Damn it. Okay, and I am going to do the old trick of just running a plane filter line into here just to save a bit on drone power. Why not, after all? If not, why not? How long does it take us to make these things now? 6 seconds. Okay, so it doesn't have to be nearly as big as that build. But 6 seconds to make one, which means that you make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can just see here, we had 24. So we make 4 per second with this. So let's just add on an extension, and that will mean we make 8 per second. I can work with 8 per second. 8 per second seems like a workable number. No? Okay, cool. Even though we have absolutely no chance in hell of actually making these things just yet, I'm going to head over to the science labs. I'm going to tell them to, hey, by the way, when you get the opportunity, I want you to make those green sciences. The green sciences will then be run towards the other labs. We'll use another tower for that purpose, just to keep it modular. We're going to have to set up this whole thing at the back here again. I'm a goofy goober. I thought it didn't need it. So you're going to bring out number 2, which will be the quantum chips, I guess. Well, it doesn't really matter which, I suppose. And then you're going to come down to there. And we're just going to do a good old insert. Right over here. These things are so expensive, I genuinely don't even want to have one sitting at the end of the line. Stick this in. Okay, that wasn't that painful. Alright, then to make greens, you need to have graviton lenses. Demand. Turns out those aren't being made. And we need to have CPU, quantum chips. Demand. Which are not being made either. But you know what? That's fine. We have all the groundwork there. I think we just need to work out this foundation now. Like we've managed to expand really far past our base's capacity, and it's starting to show. We need to just slow down for a second, take a step back, and shore up the foundations. Right? That's really what's missing right now. The big one, I think we're gonna. Big one, yeah, get proliferators back, because that saves us 20% on all resources. That's a gimme, for sure. Ah, I've not left enough room here. I'm a fool. I'm a fool. I need to do it like this. Yeah, this is gonna... It's gonna be a little bit slow to insert, but that's... Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's just how we live our lives. Maybe we just run 2 lines, actually. Yeah. Then it's like there's 1. It's perfect. It's genius. It's elegant. It's just what we need. Okay, did I just call myself genius? Yes. Did I believe a word of it? No. You will be output 1, whatever that happens to be. Well, I mean, we know exactly what that's going to be. I don't know why I'm being so cryptic. Put this into there. Put this into there. You go there. You there. You there. Thank you. All right. Anything else I need to worry about here? I would hope not. I think we're good. Okay, so you're going to be requesting in these. You are going to be requesting in these as well. Always set these up from now on. Always be setting. Cool. That looks great. So this will be a local demand and remote demand. It's all going to come here. Not that it's coming from anywhere else, but you know, hypothetically, it's all going to come here. Alright, so I'm going to head back to... Well, actually, you know what? We are going to head back to the main factory, and we are going to take stock of what the hell is wrong with this base. Which includes sorting out the proliferator over here, because I just clearly forgot to do that. Oopsie. Alright, well, one thing we know we are completely out of is proliferator. Just across the entire galaxy, we have none. That's going to be something we really need to expand our production of, clearly. Because we get nowhere without it. Is just the simple truth. Alright. We need to expand that considerably. So, proliferator. I'm actually going to make a little note. Let me get a pen. Hold on. Okay, so a big one we know about right away is copper. We need like 1 million more copper. We need proliferator. Mark II. I'm not going to bother with the Mark III. I don't think it's really worth the... I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. That one. So now we're going to go through here and we're going to see what's missing. Alright. This is working fine. This is working fine. This is not working fine. That's copper. Copper. Actually have quite a bit in here, just because all the copper seems to be going to that one. Ironic. Copper. Silicon. Interesting. Okay, silicon needs to be expanded. And that, of course, does also mean putting down another import on this side. Microcrystalline components going to need more love. Titanium is also low. Titanium is an easy fix, thankfully. Titanium we might even smelt on this planet, to be completely honest with you, just to handle the throughput that we require here. Copper, glass. Okay, glass looks like it's fine, but that's probably just because we're not using much of it. Then over here, how are we doing for all these? I know hydrogen's also in short supply. Let's just make sure of all this. Magnetic rings, actually fine. Magnets are keeping up. Copper, again. No surprises there. Hydrogen. Definitely need hydrogen, and I think the easiest way to get that is going to be to mine the ice planet. And to head back to Alpha. We also need more deuterium. Which just means more fractionators. That's doable. It's kind of all of our basic resources. That's what we're really slacking on. Okay, proliferator. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's stamp down a few more towers up at the north here and set up our imports. And that's going to, I think, help, you know, alleviate some... I think a part of it's also just the bottleneck, right? Just like we don't have enough towers because they can only bring through at a set rate right now. You know, we can't improve that rate with technology. With technology! And I do need to set up more warp towers and whatnot. And you know, we have to do the warpers for them when we do it. Alright. You're bringing in iron, you're bringing in water. I'm going to ask you to also bring in deuterium at whatever speed you can. Okay. So that's good. That deuterium has been towered. I'm also going to get this one to be a hydrogen. And you know what? A deuterium tower of your own. Two requests there. Alright, I think I'm actually going to have a double hydrogen tower here. This one's going to be hydrogen as well. I'm trying to choose things that I think are not going to conflict too much, like with production times. You will also bring in titanium, and you know what? This one can bring in titanium as well. This one here is going to do silicon. And we're going to do... diamonds, I think, are fine. I'm going to bring in diamonds here as well. Yeah, as you can see, it's minned out. We're definitely going to need to make more diamonds. Diamond, because I think that's all being turned into proliferator. And we need it here and there. And then you, by the same logic, are going to be bringing me in proliferator. On mass, please. Thank you. That one's full. This one then can bring in some copper as well. No, copper as well. Demand it there. This one's going to bring in copper as well. This one's also going to bring in copper. Want like major copper throughput. Copper for all. What were you? I actually want you to bring in some silicon here and some copper here as well, as it is producible. Alright, so we've expanded our requests quite significantly. You know what? You can ask for some titanium too. I mean, just having it 10,000 sitting in these towers doing nothing is really not a problem. Like, it's fine. Is there anything else we want here? I think more hydrogen. Oh, hydrogen's already on the list. Deuterium's on the list. Bring in some graphene. I think that's a good one to have here as well. Alright, so you are going to get plugged in. Oh shit, and I didn't put, whoopsie, didn't put drones in any of these. Yeah, off you go. Out you go. Go and collect my stuff, please. That does explain why they weren't going off to get things. There we go, we should now see a bit more throughput here. I think we just need to add more vehicles to the network. Okay, and then one more time. Copper, you're going to bring in me an energetic graphite. You are going to bring in, just picking stuff at random here, titanium. And you know what? Bring in some more damn iron as well. Yeah, there's a lot of copper incoming. I don't think it's a production problem over on the other planet. I think it's genuinely just we don't have enough towers bringing the stuff in. I think that's where we're stalling out here. Yeah, we don't have enough proliferator being made. That's pretty evident. Wow, it has been a while since we've been home, but let's head back to Alpha and send out some more coal. Yeah, whole lot of coal. Also, we need to find all the coal. Also, there's still oil seeps apparently, which haven't been tapped. That is a real travesty. Give me hold the phone. That cannot stand. Okay, there we go. Minor travesty resolved. That was well, that was a close one, huh? We need more drones as well. Anyway, I have a ton of these sort of things, like particle containers and stuff, just sitting on this map that on this planet that I don't want to have to set up transports for. But once we clean this place out, we're going to be transporting all of this back with us, like 5,000 C4s. Man, it would be nice to take those with me, but I just don't have space. We might actually end up having to do that though, because I don't know how else we're gonna survive in this dog-eat-dog world. Oh, well, it doesn't matter too much. We need to make sure today. That's not what we're here for. That's not what we're here for. We're getting distracted. We're getting distracted. What we're here for is to find a nice empty spot. We're gonna do it right over here. Yeah, this is importing stuff. I'm actually going to tell this thing to stop importing stuff. Yeah. This is going to stop importing things because, you know what? Actually, straight up, export this shit, man. Send that back out into the world. Anything we're bringing in here, I want to send that back. Because the only thing we need to make here is damn oil and coal. I don't want anything else. Yeah, this is all being sent out as well. The one thing I do want to bring in, though, is, let's see if we can, there we go, find a slot. I want to bring in some particle broadband. Just a little bit, just like, let's do like 4,000 at a time. Okay. And my rationale for this is that we can make some purple science here. Just because we have so many CPU cores. Might as well make it. Let's step that down right over here. There we go. And then we're going to set up the coal output as well. Don't worry, that will happen. So this is going to bring in proliferator. It's going to, which we do make on this planet. We should actually probably export that from here as well. Yeah, because we have a ton. We have a little bit being made here. We should probably export that. You're going to output purples. You're going to therefore demand particle broadband and CPU cores. And I just think, you know, let this planet be doing something of value. There we go. And CPU cores. We're going to demand those. Excellent. Let's run a blue line, which will be our CPU core. Then we'll have a return line, which will be science. I don't have enough labs. Let me go grab some labs quickly. Alright, there we go. Let's put the final touches on this. We have all of our towers built. The power grid on this planet is collapsing inwards like a dying sun, though. So we do need to go ahead and fix that at some point. Let's, well, not some point. We're going to have to fix that right now before we can go any further. That's why it hasn't been exporting any charge, it seems. Because their power grid here has bottomed out. I'm not really sure what's causing that, because for all intents and purposes, it should just be the same. Like, it doesn't, like, not much happens here, you know? Like, there isn't really much cause for them to be consuming or producing much of anything, really. There you go, purples are now available. And we're going to want to send them out into the world. This will be low demand, remote supply. Perfect, perfect, just the way we want it. And we are actually going to, real quick here. Yeah, these aren't being sent off fast enough. I mean, there's a part of me that's like, you know what? If these labs want to run too, let them run. Let them run, I say. That's so tall. Look at that. It's so stupid. Oh, you gotta love it, though. Alright, we need to solve the power on this planet. This planet power problem. Oh, it's because it used to be fed by the damn Dyson sphere, and that doesn't make anything anymore. Because they don't make any graphene here anymore. There's a bunch of big, stupid, goofy goobers. Quick fix for that. Like, super quick fix. Is just to import some damn graphene. Just switch this around. Like, that'll resolve that right away. Okay, turns out we're not importing any graphene. Wow. Why is that there? That doesn't need to be there. I guess we could just burn deuterium. Keep this planet going, but I'd rather not do that, I don't think. No, I think I'd rather not do that. This should actually be local demand remote supply on that one. I know it's all messed up now, but I just don't care anymore. Okay, the particle broadband is here, though. We are actually making purple science, which is cool. But that's not why we came here. I want to slap down a couple of towers, and I'm not even going to try and, like, make this pretty anymore. This is just going to go where it goes. Because this planet is soon going to be forgotten and abandoned, I hope. Please, Lord, spare me. Spare me this place. Put that there. Put that there. Put these in a nice little grid pattern for a change. How about that? How are you not allowed to line up? Oh, because it's on a stupid... I hate spheres. I hate spheres. Screw spheres. All my homies hate spheres. Okay, are you set up? You're set up. I suppose we might as well do the full setup then if we're going to do the setup. Beyond 200. Local demand. Remote storage. There you go. That's like the ideal. This is the peak male performance right here. Okay. Put that there. Then we'll just stick one where it fits. Right over there. Cool. Good enough for me. Let's power these and bottom out the grid even further. Now, all this is trying to be powered by a bunch of wind turbines, which I don't think is going to last very long. Alright, you are going to locally demand and export coal. You are going to locally demand and export coal. We need more interstellar logistics ships. You are going to locally demand and export coal. Thank you. Where are my export ships? Where do we make them? Right over here. Awesome. Let's go grab some more. Perfect. Okay, cool. Now the coal flows. You know what? I'm gonna blueprint this. This is just gonna be my ideal tower. We're going to be locally demanding, remote storing. I'm just gonna blueprint this. This is my I'm literally gonna call that the ideal tower. Alright, and then you are going to just import just the littlest smushkin of deuterium full. Just bring in like 1200 at a time. Thank you. There we go. We should get a full stack. It'll remotely supply the stuff. That's just gonna as soon as that arrives, it'll turn on the planet. The strange matter has been made somehow. That's pretty fun. I guess that happened in absentia, but it did happen. There we go. This is good. You know what? I'm actually gonna double this up. Let me just put down another one of these. And we're just going to double up this whole build real quick. Because this is, I mean, what's that? That's 15 each. And we've got 5. That's 75. It's 150 megawatts in one line. We put this over there, and that's going to be 300 megawatts of power. Kind of like, just to help the thing move along, right? Because right now, power's a little tight. Oh no, the first one just arrived. Wasn't that long at all. Nice, there we go. Okay, deuterium power is coming online, so we should see this improve dramatically. Come on, improve dramatically. I beg of you. Okay, well, we're up to like 15%. You know what? You know what? It works. Gonna keep the lights on here a little bit more. Once this is in daylight, we have a whole bunch of solar power over here. I had some extra panels, so I stuck them down at some point. But guys, I really need to end the episode there. I could keep going for another 2 hours, and I need to stop so that we can actually, like, you know, have under an hour of content here. Thank you so much for watching. It has been an absolute pleasure. This episode was a little bit all over the place because we had to jump around so much. But let's go over what we've actually managed to achieve. We have created all 5 sciences now. At least we've set up the production for them. We have set up the production of quantum chips, as well as plane filters, and all the Dyson sphere components, except for small carrier rockets. I need to head back to the other planets and get that built and constructed. We'll also make sure that vertical launch silos are on the network as well. I need to go back to Bow 82, and off camera I'm going to set up some more fractionation, make some more deuterium. We're going to set up some more copper smelting, and actually I think the throughput's probably fine now. I will set up more silicon and titanium smelting just to be sure though. And yeah, other than that, we're all sorted. Thank you all for being here. Cheers. And of course, a huge thank you to the channel members and patrons for this month: Kelly Ananas, Call Me Bo 82, Old Man Tater, Frickin' Friendly Beaver, Knee Cruncher, Riley David, Rivo, Charlie Weber, Mermix, Officer C4, Not K Arthur, Adachi Fanboy, Couch Potato, LCG Canyon Sahar, Jack Smallman, Cut Beef Go Ham, I'm Alpha, you're damn right I am, The Senate, and Richard Berry. Thank you guys so much for the support. You are all amazing.